From ABC 7 New York, this is Eyewitness News Extra Time.
I'm Sade Bedarinwan. We continue to follow breaking news in Manhattan, where a popular social media influencer lured thousands of fans to Union Square with the promise of free PlayStation 5s. What followed was hours of dangerous chaos, the likes of which we haven't seen in New York since the George Floyd protest. Every moment was documented by our Eyewitness News team, and we're assembling them again to break down everything we know about what transpired today. We begin with Josh Einiger. Josh?
Well, Sade, it's now just right over here, pigeons. It's now pigeons in Union Square, as is usually the case. Pigeons and a whole lot of cops surrounding the square, and tons of garbage after thousands of kids converged here and turned Union Square into an out-of-control mob scene. And I want to show you, this is a construction site around the subway station here at Union Square Park. They went into this construction site and raided the construction materials and started throwing it at one another. Look at this. This is the metal top of a painter's brush. This was used as a projectile and thrown away. Right here, here's a brush. This would not tickle if it hit you in the head. This stuff was being hurled at at these kids, throwing them at one another, and at the cops when they tried, in vain at first, to restore order. A little while ago we heard from the highest ranking police officer, Chief of Department Jeff Madry, about how difficult it was to take charge of this situation when they first arrived and found thousands of people out of control.
I personally observed young people walking out with their heads bleeding from their heads, bleeding from on their faces. I personally observed young people having panic attacks, anxiety attacks, asthma attacks. There was multiple, people were suffering out here. It was a lot of people. It was uncontrolled. It took us a while to get it under control, and a lot of young people got hurt.
And we're looking now at video from earlier that we shot of high-ranking white shirt police executives, including Chief Madry, who you just heard from, getting pelted with debris from this spot when they arrived here and tried to take control. Now let's show you video of the overall mayhem here. This started because of a social media post by an influencer you probably have never heard of named Kai Cenat. He had a post at around 1:15 this afternoon where he told his followers he was going to give away game consoles in Union Square. By 3, that post had gone viral. By 4, thousands of young people had converged here in Union Square Park, and Cenat, the influencer, did arrive here. He was on foot in the middle of the crowd. It's not clear if he actually gave anything away. It is clear it's not possible he could have given things away to everyone, and the crowd lost control. At some point, police were able to get Cenat out of the crowd, and we have video of his SUV, or an SUV we believe to be his, racing away with followers of his hanging on as it drove away. This was a completely out of control situation. Police had to call in reinforcements from every corner of the city. Every available officer from every borough rushed here, put on riot gear, and they eventually began to regain control of Union Square Park. We found a woman who was cowering in an ATM lobby with her 1-year-old baby.
I come outside and the park is just literally filled with people, like crawling with people. And next thing I know, there's a whole bunch of cops that come by, and they got riot shields, and they're tear gassing people, shooting people with BB guns, and people are just jumping all over the place, running back and forth. It was hectic.
And back live, we're here. So as I was speaking just now, police put up crime scene tape. They're starting to actually tape off the park so people can't get back in here. But actually, when they did that, they reopened Broadway, so there's some traffic and some pedestrians. And just over there, there's a crowd of people. It's not clear what they're doing here, but they seem to be here once again as part of this sort of unorganized crowd of people. So the police are keeping an eye on it. They believe most of the crowd has dispersed and most of the danger is behind them, but there's going to be a whole after-action report in terms of whether or not they could have seen the signals before this exploded out of control and perhaps been here in advance before that crowd converged on Union Square. It was quite a 2-hour period as we were here working our way through the crowds. It was us and it was Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim, who's just on the other side of the square with more on today's mayhem. Seth?
For show you what we're looking at right now. So if you look across the street south of East 14th, you can see all of the NYPD riot gear officers lined up against the wall there. So they're still here, but what you're seeing a lot of is officers just catching their breath. Off to the side here, you see some of these young kids, and that is something I think we need to drill in on, how so young some of these individuals were. You heard Chief Madry talk about seeing minors bleeding. We noticed a 6 or 7-year-old girl separated from her guardian, clearly distraught in the mayhem. 2 officers trying to console her and find her parents or guardian. And you're about to hear from several kids. They seem to be high school teenagers. When we first arrived on scene, they described to us the mayhem that they witnessed and were a part of. Now, because they're young, they were excited and perhaps didn't realize how dangerous this in fact was. But when you listen to how they describe what happened, clearly this could have gotten out of control. Let's take a listen.
I saw like smoke clouds going up. A bunch of I couldn't even walk into Union Square because there was so many people.
We were throwing like they have hoses. They were throwing water bottles. They were throwing tables, like boards. Somebody got covered in paint. Like they were throwing paint like across the field. Yeah, some guy broke his nose.
I saw water bottles being thrown. I saw footballs. I saw a bunch of drinks, ice cream, everything being thrown.
There's no excuse, obviously, for what happened, but you know, stuff like that just happens all the time. You know, people being reckless. It's New York City. Stuff like this happens every day. Well, I wouldn't say every day, but.
Now, as we mentioned, at this point, what you're seeing is just a lot of police officers catching their breath. As Josh mentioned, traffic is now moving again down Broadway, probably the first time in 2 hours. So you can imagine the gridlock that caused. And as Josh mentioned again, they've roped off Union Square to presumably gain some control and keep some control here at Union Square Park. And for a bird's eye view, we go to Newscopter 7, where Shannon Sohn is up there waiting for us. Shannon?
Yeah, and Stefan, we're actually seeing some people coming into the park, which surprises me. I thought that they were going to keep it completely roped off, but certainly it is a much smaller crowd than what we had seen before. And Josh had mentioned that police tape that has gone up in the park, and you see it there. And for the most part, all of those people are being kept behind that tape, and all the people that are being allowed in the area are coming from the east side. The west side of the park is still completely shut down, and truthfully, there are a lot more police officers and reporters in the park at this point than there are any people that are even trying to get in. We bring your attention down to that construction site. This is the roof that overhangs the subway station at Union Square and 14th Street, and you can see that it was completely destroyed, which brings into question all of the things that were locked up behind that construction site that people were able to gain access to and then use to hurl around in what can only be described as a mob of people. Such a difference a few hours makes. This is practically empty, where a few hours ago a couple thousand people were in this park getting completely unruly. In fact, we want to bring you over to the east side of the park, because where these cars are now, we had a group of those people that were literally on the roofs of the cars, and it seemed not to make a difference what the car was. We even saw them standing on top of city buses as well as police cars, and we've been talking about that construction site and them raiding the site and using things as weapons. But the other thing they did is they took the ladders that were in the site, brought it up to the roof, and climbed onto the roof, dozens of them at a time. And when the police tried to get them off, they took the ladders away. Some people still managed to get back on after they were cleared off the first time, and they actually pulled people back up to that roof. So it was a situation that was completely out of control. More people climbing on the statue. From this vantage point, it's hard to see just how high it is, but it is about 2 people tall just to get to the base of that statue. And again, people were climbing all over that. So it was a chaotic scene. People going into traffic, which has now been stopped on 14th Street. All the side streets seem to be reopened, but 14th is still closed between 4th and 5th Avenues. And let let me tell you, it was a chaotic scene. We watched it overhead for over 2.5 hours, but Stefan and Josh, you guys were on the ground. We felt the stress up here. Can't imagine what it was like on street level.
Well, so Shannon, I don't know if that's for me or Stefan, but I'll say that it was really quite astonishing that, you know, we were working this scene. We've covered a lot of protests as you've flown above them, you know, obviously for the last couple of years. And we're all very good at staying out of the way of the protesters and out of the way of the police and just watching from the periphery. There was no periphery in this case. Whenever we'd show up somewhere, we'd be swarmed by people looking to get on TV. Because at the end of the day, these are kids. These are kids who are attracted here by a social media ploy, by an influencer who has 20 million followers and thought it'd be a good idea to ask them all to come here to Union Square out of the blue on a summer afternoon. But at the end of the day, all they were kids trying to get on TV. And we do know that of the people who were arrested, a vast majority of them are juveniles, and they are still processing many, many more. We've heard of more than 24 so far, many, many more to come. And Stefan, you and I were talking about the cops have a similar situation. They're ready for civil disorder. They're ready for political protest. They're not necessarily ready for 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16-year-olds looking for a PlayStation. And so this was really a confounding situation for them too.
Yeah, I mean, Josh, you and I were talking before this, aside from this not being a civil disobedience protest movement where you can kind of predict and have an organizer, aside from this being completely spontaneous, these were kids. And I can't imagine the complicated strategy when you're a grown adult police officer in this situation. How do you approach that? At the end of the day, they're all minors, but to kind of drill in on the point that despite the fact they're minors, that this was extremely dangerous. Just two things that we saw while we're out here in the middle of this intersection on Broadway and 14th. They had surrounded a small white four-door, and it was completely surrounded, couldn't go anywhere, jumping on the roof. At some point, they were starting to break into the vehicle, ripping open the back trunk, and were about to loot it until police officers got involved. And we have crews here that spoke moments ago with an Uber driver who was also in a similar situation, surrounded, could not get out, and he told one of our photojournalists that it was a police officer who rescued him and pulled him out through the passenger side of the Uber that he was stuck in. So this, despite the fact they were all minors, it could have been very, very dangerous. And that's the thing that I can't get away from, is this image that Chief Madry kept mentioning about seeing kids, children bleeding. It was complicated. So that's where we are now, and there's still some kids here hanging out because they're still excited. And again, they don't know what they don't know, and that this was quite dangerous. Sade?
Yes, Stefan, that actually stuck with me too. With Madry talking about those kids bleeding from their head, having panic attacks, just so scared of just the crowd that was surrounding them. Stefan, excellent reporting. Josh, Shannon Sohn, excellent reporting. And this certainly speaks to that we are in a new era of social media and its impact. 3 p.m. That post goes viral, and then thousands show up in Union Square. What a day. Hours of mayhem in New York City and Union Square. One man sparking widespread protests. And we're going to continue to follow developments on ABC 7 NY, where you will also find video of the dramatic moments from this afternoon. And when we come